Hi, and welcome again to another edition of Senior Notebook. My name is Cleveland Thrower, and with me is John Simon to my far right, and also Cal Walker. And these guys make music. And if you listen, you can hear John in the background now. I want to start things off with them doing a little song and a story, and then we'll get more into the program.
Well, the song we're going to do is one that John wrote, and it is the song that we do every time we have an opportunity to go and do our performances, which typically run between 30 minutes and an hour. And this is called Word by Word, because what we do is promote early literacy, books and stories, and they all have words. And so this is Word by Word, written by John Simon, who will be playing, and I'll be doing some hand motions if you hold a mic, okay? All right.
All right, here we go. So, and sing along at home.
Yeah.
Word by word, line by line, reading opens up your mind. Turn the page and you will find you can be most anywhere. Line by line, page by page, books are good at any age. Grab a book, it's all the rage. You can read them anywhere. It's short and sweet.
All right. That's great.
Time.
And you open up that way.
Every time.
All right. That's fantastic. And I think the kids would like that, and it's easy enough for them to catch on. So that's good also. How can you, what is the purpose of when you read a story to the children that you meet, what's the purpose of doing this whole thing? Anybody can answer, just holler out.
Well, part of it is to instill a love of books. And books are getting more and more shoved to the side as electronics take a more prominent role.
Okay.
But yeah, we celebrate books and we bring them to life. Yeah. And part of it is music, and part of it is hand motions. And Cal's a great reader. He's got a nice, rich, mellifluous voice, and I've got some soothing, dulcet tones myself as a singer. Okay. And so that's a big part of it.
Yeah, and we've been doing this festival for about 15 years, and it started first the brainchild behind a lot of what we do together is a woman in this community by the name of Bridget Hupperman. And she was at the time with an organization that she helped to found called Family Reading Partnership. Okay. And so that name, suggests the focus of what it is that we do. We want to make reading a family experience, and we want to start it early, right? Do y'all remember when there was years ago, there was something called Reading is Fundamental?
Yeah.
Well, guess what? Reading still is fundamental,
yes,
right?
Yes.
And so right now, Bridget is with an organization that she founded called Children's Reading Connection, and John and I have been in partnership with her for about 15 years. And so what we are doing is really promoting early literacy. Read to your children, sing to your children, to your babies even, right? Okay. And so the reason we do children's book is that a lot of them have rhythm, a lot of them have rhyme, a lot of them are easy to remember, and children can relate to them.
Mm-hmm. Okay. How do you know that you're getting a song across to the children when you play a song? Whoever.
Well, part of it is as soon as the guitar comes out, they get really focused. And we invite them to join in. We played summer school, pre-K summer school, about 3 weeks ago. And to the untrained eye, it looked like total chaos. You know, there were kids just kind of standing up and going around in circles and moving and dancing and running around. And there were other kids doing hand motions and other kids, kind of picking their noses and looking at all around the room. But you could just feel in the room that it was filled with magic.
And one of the ways too is typically when we get ready to do a particular book, First of all, usually the books have been seeded to the children, or at least shared with the children, so they become familiar with them, right? Things like Brown Bear, We All Go Traveling By, Miss Mary Mack. I mean, a lot of children's books, a lot of children's songs that are familiar. And when we say, how many familiar with this book? Then a lot of hands go up, and so.
Okay. I want to hear more, and I'm sure our audience wants to hear more, but we got to pause for these important messages, and we'll be right back, okay? Stay with us, okay, because there's more, okay, with John Simon and Cal Walker.
Senior Notebook will return in a moment. We now return to Senior Notebook on WENY.
Hi, welcome back again to Senior Notebook. My name is Cleveland Thrower, and with me is John Simon and Cal Walker. And we're talking to them about various music that they do and read books for children. So if you have any children, young children, and you'd like to have Cal and John come and read and sing, and just give the kids an opportunity to have a good time and introduce them to some good books, well, you got the right show at the right time, and you got the right people. By the way, what is the website that people can get in contact with you?
The website is childrensreadingconnection.org. That's childrensreadingconnection.org.
How long is each one of your sets? Because children do get restless.
Right.
They do. They get restless, and typically our sets are about 30 minutes to 45-ish. And John is as a music educator is really good at sensing the dynamics in the room. And so sometimes we'll take a break, and he'll get the children active by standing up and doing little things that are funny and entertaining and stuff. So we know how to calibrate that really well.
Yeah. Do you ever change up the songs and do different songs from time to time?
We always do, yeah. And in fact, our most recent communication was we should start looking for some new books, because new books are coming out all the time. And part of our focus is to really engage children, but also to make sure that we're working with a multicultural focus and that books are representative. And more books are coming out that are more topical all the time.
Do children ever want to sing with you?
Oh, all the time. In fact, we encourage them to sing with us, and the best experiences really are those where, especially if you go into a school or somewhere where children are gathered on a regular basis, and the teachers or the adults other adults will introduce them to certain books, so that by the time we get there, they're very familiar with them, and it makes it easy for them to sing along with us.
Are all of your books located in the children's library?
They are. They're easy to get, and the Children's Reading Connection also can send their bags of books that have our stuff in it. And there's also a link to all of our recordings, and that information is available at childrensreadingconnection.org if the library does not have something.
You said that you've been together for 15 years. And is that right? 15 years. How long have you been playing the guitar, John?
Man. I started when I was 13. I was 13, and I wanted to be a thing called a Beatle.
Okay.
Yeah, okay. I saw them on the Ed Sullivan Show, and it was like, that's what I want to do.
Okay.
And I'm now 68 years old.
All right.
So I've been playing for 55 years. Wow.
55 years. Wow. So Beatles, 55. Okay. All right. Okay. You do the math. Okay. All right. Okay. Well, listen. Before we end this segment, we want you to do a song for us and to close us out. Okay. And as we go out, I just want to say thank you so very much, Cal Walker and John Simon. We really appreciate you, and you already know how to get in contact with them. And let's hear you, okay?
Thank you.
Thank you. This book is by Bill Martin Jr., and it's called Brown Bear, What Do You See?
And this is a very familiar book for children and adults alike.
Some people sing this one to the tune of Twinkle, Twinkle, Little Star. Brown bear, what do you see? I see a red bird looking at me. But I made up different music for it, and I love my music.
I like it as well.
You wanna
Children
show
love
the
it too.
picture? Yeah.
Absolutely.
Brown bear, what do you see?
A red bird.
I see a red bird looking at me. I hear a siren. Red bird, what do you see?
A yellow duck.
I see a yellow duck looking at
me.
Yellow duck, what do you see?
A blue horse.
I see a blue horse looking at me.
That
What
blue-
sound does a blue horse make out there?
Let me find that blue horse. There's that blue horse.
Blue horse, what do you see? I see a green frog looking at me. Ribbit. And then we invite the children to do the animal noises all the way through.
And
at
love
the
it.
very end, it does a countdown of everything we've seen. Ready? So here goes. It says, children, what do you see?
We see a brown bear.
A red
A
bird,
yellow duck.
a blue horse,
A green frog.
a purple cat,
A black sheep.
a white
A
dog,
goldfish.
and a teacher looking at us. That's what we see.
Cal and John, we want to thank you so very much for being with us here on Senior Notebook. And if you go around town, you might just see this poster somewhere. And this poster is Cal Walker and John Simon. Thank you so very much for being with us on Senior Notebook, and we'll see you next time.